YouTube! Welcome back to the Feral Planter. Let's get into the show.
Warning, this channel is intended for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing displayed, discussed, or shared here is ever for sale, nor do I condone or encourage the use of illegal substances or drugs. Please ensure that any activities you engage in comply with the laws and regulations in your area. This channel is intended for adults, 18 and up. Thank you for watching responsibly. Now let's get into it.
Welcome back, Grow Fam. This is not how I wanted to start this episode. So I was going through and doing a little bit of defol, like we said. And I guess my dumbass is moving a little bit too fast. Oh, she'll focus. Come on. Get this branch out of the way. And, well, if she's not going to focus, I broke this girl. Like, she was barely hanging on with a thread. Yeah, there, now you can see the tape. So, I got her taped back together. Best I can for now. We're just going to see if she makes it. Another experiment. You know, it sucks. I got to slow down when I'm doing some of this stuff. But, hey. It's a chance to show something, right? It's a chance to show something. So last episode, we had a power outage. I now have a way to manage that if that ever happens again. And now, my dumb ass breaking more plants. What an idiot. Anyway, enjoy the show. Unfortunately, that top didn't make it. I feel like such a fucking idiot. Well, thank goodness we got all these others. Man, I can't believe I fucking did that. Moving too quickly. Not paying attention. I'm not even sure how I even managed it, but it happened. We'll recover from this. Another little bonus clip for you guys. So these were two lowers. They are in 1-inch Rockwool cubes that I just sprayed with some tap water and rooting solution in little shot glass cups. I'm going to find somewhere to put these and hopefully have 2 more milk bubbles ladies in reserve just in case we find some fire and we can throw these back in the new tent. Have a little bit of a head start here. And because I don't really have anywhere else, I just rigged up this whole light right over these two. Like I said, they're in shot glasses and Rockwool cubes, little 1-inch boys with tap water and rooting hormone. So, not expecting a whole lot. Honestly, could care less if these even make it or not, but it'll be cool if they do. Please excuse the fact that this video is literally gonna be all over the place. We're in the middle of preparing for the new 4x4, which is gonna go right over there. And the 2x4 is gonna go right here. I'm using a wide angle, so it might not look like the space is there, but I'll literally have just as wide as that shelf is, basically, to walk through and get in and do plant things and turn around and do more plant things. But that's not what this is about. Out here cleaning up, trying to get at least a somewhat decent area for when the tent gets here, but I had this tote and we just took some clones and I got them in solo cups and the little Rockwool jobbies. So I'll show you what I got. These, they're tiny, tiny little plugs. But I went ahead. I I gotta go get the little emitters from Home Depot, but I got ourselves a little autocloner. And these things in there, it is not coming out. I kind of cut this really tight to fit really nicely in there. So it's really kind of wedged, which is perfect. Easy autocloner. It's really just a pump with a straight piece, a T, 2 more straight pieces, 2 more T's. And they just loop together. And every little bit, I think I'm gonna actually put them on the top and inside. I don't know how well that'll work, but I've got some hose if it doesn't work too well. To spray up and kind of out at them. I kind of just want it to mist. But yeah, this will work just fine. The roots will just kind of dangle in between here. But if we ever do find that one that we can't live without, we'll be ready. I'll give you guys another clip of this when it's finished. I don't know if it'll be this episode or the next one. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Well, she ain't pretty by any means, but you know what? She's gonna work. I'm only putting 2 holes in it now for both of our clones, but they didn't have the right emitters, so I just got the ones that people use for like their auto watering system. I used a hose that is way too big for this, but it's doing its thing, and I think it's splashing around enough in there to where you see it's splashing all up on the lid. Splashing around enough to where the Rockwool little cubes should get nice and saturated just from the sprinkles all the time. So I'm gonna take this inside and get it set up. Well, I think it's just crazy enough to freaking work. It's a little loud. I will be probably replacing this with potentially a bubble system, but we'll let these 2 root and see what happens. But here's your introduction to cloning on this channel with some DIY handmade cloner. A million ways to make these too. This is iteration 1, and I already kind of know what I want to change moving forward. But much love. Keep growing. Welcome back, Grow Fam. I can't get over this lady. Like, this node just keeps going and going and going. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. This one in the back, I was a little nervous. It was resting on its bud sites, but nah, not anymore. Not anymore. Everything has lifted and doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. We're only gonna, from here on out, go in and take like these. Like that. Can't see it from the top. Means it ain't getting no light. Means it's not gonna produce much of anything. So we will end up taking those. But I did a decent defoliant earlier in the week, so I'm not trying to slow this lady down at all. Little by little, over time, we'll start taking a leaf here, a leaf there, especially once she really starts focusing on plumping up those bud sites, because then we're just telling her, hey, no more foliage. Bulk. Just bulk. And that's what we want. The orange panda is doing the same damn thing. Crushing. This lady's gonna be gorgeous. I'm glad I added that second clip down in there on the main branch. it really did wonders, making sure a lot of these were, were very similar. That guy back there, can't forget about her. We're very similar. This thing is going to be full. This thing's going to be full. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Doesn't look like we're bunching up on any nodes. This one I had a little question, but I think it's going to stretch above that. Incredible. Incredible work, Mephisto. What I am going to do is I'm going to go down here and take off these like first sets of True Leaves. She's just cannibalizing them at this point. No point in keeping them. No point in all. We are going to check today and see if we need some water. I'm thinking that we might. You'll notice we got, again, some leaf curl. More so in this girl. I mean, we see it here. That's temps. Nothing I can do about it. It is really, really, really hot in this tent. And I can't change that. Zoom me out so you can see both the ladies. Nothing I can do about it. Like I said, we don't have a lot of headspace. It's only a 4-inch fan and filter. And let me tell you, that fan is cranking right now. It is turned all the way up. So what I ended up doing was, I've always had that back vent open. But I opened this side vent here. And I've been keeping my doors closed to not let any extra light in this room. I'm pretty stoked with how everything is. Let's get our moisture meter. I'll give it a check and we'll see if we need to add some water so you guys... Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely need water there. Definitely need water on the autoflower too. I had a question a couple episodes ago though, before I get into that. Is if I had the problems with these 5-gallon fabric pots of the bottoms drying out quickly. To answer your question here live in the flesh on a video, no, I don't have that issue. I have the opposite issue, it seems like. This girl, I'm not quite convinced she's ever totally dried out on the bottom. Every time I stick my moisture meter all the way down to the bottom, it always reads wet. So I'm assuming I have the opposite problem. I'm watering every 2 to 3 days in 5-gallon pots. They're drinking them up. So if you're coming into a problem where your pots are too dry, I would start with making sure you're watering enough. I know with cloth pots, it can be a little disorienting when you see liquid starting to pool up in your pans, but they're cloth. So a lot of times if we pool up too much water on top or around the sides, it just flows and back into the side. Once it flows down the side, it pushes its way out of the pot and into the catch tray. If your water's in the catch tray, it is going to wick back up from the bottom. I like to call that the butt chug. But that's only if there's places for that water to absorb. You definitely don't want to leave your lady sitting in that pool of just runoff water or water that didn't get absorbed. You want to make sure that all the water you're giving her, she's absorbing. But I'm going to get in here. I'm going to mix up a batch of water. We're using water and leftover recharge. Probably going to be using the recharge leftovers for a hot minute. Hey, it's just more microbes getting pumped right back into these pots. So we're going to go ahead and water these ladies. And we will catch you guys next episode. We are going to just keep documenting these ladies. Every day I open this tent and I'm more and more surprised. What a crazy journey it's been. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I'm pretty sure we've hit 500 subscribers this episode. So, after this, I will post a clip at the end of this video for the giveaway winners. Good luck to everyone. Congratulations to our winner, whoever you may be. Much love. Keep growing. I'm the Feral Planter. Until next time. Peace. All right. Here we go. Good luck, good luck. Michael Paulson! 851, my dude. Hit me up. feralplanter@yahoo.com. Congratulations, Grow Fam. Hit my email.